Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Modcast. This podcast is being hosted by two moderators from the forums and anything else Oasis related involving Naruto Online. With your host, of course, Akroma.
What's
Hey
up?
Akroma. And of course, me, your favorite moderator of all time, Toby. Hey, what's up? No applause needed. What's up, guys? What's up?
Right,
Anyway,
right, right.
with all fun and games, we want to just open up a little bit and say why we're doing the modcast. From a staff point of view, we kind of want to show you guys what the events are and what our opinions, honest opinions as players and moderators, providing basically an unbiased, but try to be as unbiased as possible and having a little fun on a podcast related thing. What do you say, Okroma?
Well, basically, that's the idea, and then if we get any suggestions, we might consider taking it up in a podcast as well, and we might have some special guests in the future as well, depending on how the interest goes regarding the entire thing.
Absolutely. And hey, potential Q&As as well. If you guys have any questions, you could always just write it in the comment section or let us know privately and we can add it to the next episode where we answer them.
Exactly.
All right.
It's an open-minded thing, really, and we're doing this to be, have a little fun between ourselves and also maybe shed some light into how we actually think about the events and what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and speaking of events, this Thursday that passed, 12th to 7th, to be exactly, December 7th, we had, a new set of events for Naruto Online. And the events that we're going to go through is basically what we think, if they're good or bad, yada yada, our own opinions on it. So let's start with Mission General Mobilization, a grand favorite from a lot of players. What do you think of it, Akroma?
Well, first of all, mission mobilization is always good. It's a free-to-play event, but at the same time you can pay to get the boxes, right? And usually what makes or breaks this event is what the actual redeemable rewards is in it.
What do you say about the redeemable rewards this time around, Akroma?
Well, first of all, we have Ito Sasori, because I gotta bring him up since I actually went and purchased him, because I can't actually wait for anything,
Wait a minute, Akroma. What'd you call him?
What?
What'd you call him?
Ito Sasori. I will never call him Edo. You suck.
Edo Sasori.
No, Ito.
Oh my. All right. And you continue.
Yeah, so I went and got him, and for obvious reasons, because, well, I use Ito Data a lot. I love him, especially for, burst teams and shit like that. And Sasori is just the baller when it comes to Ito units. Like, he's the best support you can get. He's a free fucking Earth main, but with the added bonus of, a Conan-style buff for the Ito units, which is just terrific. He also has the lovely feature that if one unit dies, he's just a chaos machine in the front row as well. And of course, he has to resurrect. He's a great unit. However, he's if unless you're a whale, there's no real point in buying him, because he's a normal rare draw in the Great Ninja War Treasure that's probably coming around the corner, or well, soon at least, since we know that Germany got it as well by now.
For players not knowing what his drop rate in the Great Ninja War Treasure would be, it's 60 scrolls, potentially. However, do remember that there is a lot of rare ninjas in the Great Ninja War Treasure. So the chances of you getting the specific sorcery can be limited. And I assure you, it's definitely... he could be the one that's eluding you the whole time while you're going for your Madara or your Kurama Naruto. So the advice is, if you really want Sasori, for 55 points per frag, he's not bad, Akroma. What's his total price right now?
I had to throw in 6.6k, but that's with 2 days of missions as well. I think someone did the math, and it was around the 6k, 5.5k limit if you did the missions the entire week, and then had to buy the extra points.
That is a fantastic price for a ninja. His he's a support, as Akroma stated, for Edo ninjas, and he's a field buffer. So if you place him in rank, for example, Great Ninja War, that's exactly where he's going to be at. He's going to be perfect for that. Slap an Edo sorcery in there while your 3 units, your 3 whale potential units, or if you got lucky, 3 medium spenders or free to play that have Edo Daedar. You have 3 Edo Daedars with 1 sorcery on the field, buffing them all. They're ready. They're ready. And that sorcery right there is going to continuously keep reviving every 2 turns to provide that same buff on Daedar.
The moment he revives, he actually reapplies the buff, which is just fucking amazing.
Absolutely, and I completely agree. However, as he is the new character that was released, there's also another bad character that was released this week. But we'll get to him a little bit later. Let's talk about more events right now. There's obviously missions generalized.
Yeah,
General
if you don't want a ninja from that one, you always got the charms and the unbound runes.
I assure you probably do want a ninja in there. And there's also another premium ninja that you can recruit, and his name is Edo Daedar. Of course, other people might think it's, Edo Daedar is being shoved in our face, but of course he is. He's a great ninja. He's still a fantastic one to bring in for bonds, for PvP. You still see Earthmain teams running him regardless. But for the price that he has right now, I believe it's 155 points to recruit a frag?
115.
115, right?
Yeah,
so
150.
He's 200 plus coupons per frag in this event. 250 coupons per frag. That's, I would say, hey, you're gonna get a lot of additional stuff because of the boxes, but you can do better. He's been out for cheaper than that.
Yeah, outright buying him in this event without doing any missions would be around 20k for you.
Yeah, and on top, but hey, if you don't want to spend, that's 9 free fragments right there if you go just for him.
Exactly.
Other ninjas are not really relevant. There's Playboy
it's Jonin
Sasuke,
Minato again, and he's overpriced in this event. Honestly, he's been better multiple times in the past, and you got Playboy Sasuke. He's been shoved in our faces quite a lot. So if you wanted him by now, you should have already.
Yeah, and on top of that, if people haven't realized it, Playboy Sasuke has been down to 2-star. So if you don't have him and you just want to get 30 quick frags, because you can this event, you can have Playboy Sasuke freely. But my advice is only if you're really looking for collection, because Playboy Sasuke right now is not necessarily in a good position. He gets better, but you still need to invest quite a lot for him to get better in the future. Anyway, with that being said, we have other events besides rebates, because we won't cover rebates. We have Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. What a great event, right, Chroma?
No, personally, I hate this event, and I've had for all eternity. Sorry, I know people was so hyped when Data was in it, because it was that one Data was in, if I remember correctly.
Oh my god, don't remind me.
But no, I really dislike this event. I never think you actually get back what you invest in it. I think you always go negative. This time around they put in Orochimaru Akatsuki, so I know, which is also a new ninja.
Wait a minute, pause. What'd you say?
Orochimaru Akatsuki.
What?
Akatsuki.
Akatsuki.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
I will always pronounce like I want, you motherfucker.
Fucking Edo. It's Edo 2, motherfucker. You better fix yourself. Wait, we're cussing. We can't.
Yeah, my bad. No, so, yeah, they also put in him, which is, well, to put it simply, he's a single target Han with a lot of RNG elements in them, right? Okay, so if you got good RNG, he's a decent ninja. If you don't got good RNG, he's a terrible fucking ninja. And he doesn't do anything special, okay? I've seen a lot of people doing max spins on this shit constantly, and they don't get anything in return. And even if they're doing max spins for him, it's not worth it. Like, he's a decent transformation at best at the moment. That's about what you're gonna use him for.
I personally, I think Orochimaru is the worst Orochimaru. Akatsuki Orochimaru is the worst one.
Exactly.
He's not reliable. He's not a niche ninja, because why would you want to use him over, let's say, Konoha's Trader for ranked, for example. Konoha's Trader is going to provide you a stability of if somebody's dead, you have a Hokage to summon. That's valuable because it's an instant barrier and it's an instant mobilization right there, and a Hokage that's pretty tanky. But then you have other Orochimaru, which is the Signing War, and he's a relatively high damage mystery, and if you kill, you reset. And he gets better with the breakthrough because he eventually will get a breakthrough. But this Orochimaru, no. No, he's not good. And if you're rolling max spins, I hope you're rolling for other things like Miyaboku in there, maybe to grab those scrolls to try to get some investment back. But I don't think this wheel is as good as the Edo Deidara wheel, which that one was complete returns. There was no negative about that. But on this one, you could see, there's nothing there to really appeal to you. But my advice is, if you're gonna go in there for Miyaboku or for other things like maybe a Seal Scrolls, try to get as much as you can. Do your 500 max spends. That's it. Don't go over. Don't get greedy. Don't hunt down a ninja that you cannot possibly get. And I can tell you that from personal experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're not gotten him already in 500, the chances are you're not gonna get him with another 500 either. Yeah. So there's no point in just spending more for it.
1.7k spends for Edo Deidara. No Deidara, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My life was broken. Anyway. Yeah.
Moving on, because there's not much to say about that one.
Before I cry.
Yeah. Alright. We can talk about the time-limited shop, because...
do we really have to?
I mean, technically speaking, it's a rebate, but at the same time, this time around, we can infinite farm stamina, right?
Yeah, hey, on top of that, there is a great ninja in there, and that's Edo Deidara, but unfortunately...
Yeah, you can only get 10 frags. However, that's with the mission mobilization and the time-limited shop, chances are you're maybe up 19 frags closer to him for free.
Absolutely, that's generous, extremely generous. I think they wanted to hinder the Edo Deidara to give like players not a complete advantage, because it is a double event where he's featured in 2 places. So maybe have him pretty much limited for the rebate and allow players to get him, through mobilization. Yeah. It's a good cheap way. It's giving you a discount pretty much.
Yeah, other than that, there's not much to say about the event in general.
Exactly. I mean, what else are you gonna really spend there? I don't know. Probably. I'd rather
he's
go
been
for
shoved in our faces so freaking much. So that's
no point. Yeah. He's been shoved in our faces so much that I still don't have him. I know, right?
Yeah. Well, and let's just move on because that's
But anyway, the next one, Fishing Mania.
Yeah, we got the Fishing Mania event back again, which is a hate event for many people.
Do you hate it?
Free to play, love it, and I mean it's free shit and all that, but at the same time you're standing there fishing baits for an hour a day,
Chroma, I love it.
Yeah,
I love clicking one fisherman the whole time, seeing that bar just go all the way, and then saying, "Hey, you got to fish a single fish." You know how many fishes I get throughout the week? Like 100 from just one single bait, and I have to click, and I have to click. And I have to click, and I have to click.
Well, worth to note, we can say that right away. You can farm these baits as well. However, at around 400 stamina or so, just like the time-limited shop is around 1,500 stamina, it starts capping out and you hardly get any baits anymore. So it's not really worth going above that stamina-wise if you're trying to farm.
Yeah. But what a chroma means, it's not hard capping, it's soft capping.
Exactly.
It's becoming harder and harder to get. It is unlimited. Yes, it is. You have to, but you have to spend more, and I would advise against that, like Chroma said.
Yeah, exactly. And
Get
in
maximum
the
value.
actual event, the only thing that's really, worth to get, you got the medium refines if you actually still need them. You got a couple of purifies as well, but
of course,
purifies we gotten so many of them already, so shouldn't really be needed. You also got the monthly event where you can get a few purifies if you want. But the one thing that's actually worth it in here, according to me, would be the Unbound runes, because you need a lot of them.
Summon summon cults. All right.
Yeah, exactly. The Unbound runes packet, which is one packet for 8 points, which is completely reasonable. You should be able to get, I think, 6 or 7 daily just from playing and using 400 stamina or so.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Move up in a couple levels. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. Anyway, this week is relatively weak, in my opinion. It's okay. Probably the only highlight is Edo Dadar, and if you've been really itching for him this week, maybe you can get a little bit closer and buy him out. But outside of that, it's just not really any real appeal.
No.
So it's a filler week. It's a week to just chill, collect some money in your pockets, wait for the right event.
Well, for those who haven't noticed, like, one of the rebates, the Fukurokumara deals, is actually 2 weeks. So if there's nothing that actually appeals for you this week, I would just advise you to save for next one.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
We got the other than that, it's like normal reoccurring events. Nothing special to say at all, really. It's just the usual stuff they shove in our faces when they feel that the. Well, I'm not gonna mention that, but yeah, it's the usual stuff.
But
Toby's gonna get mad at me if I say that.
Sometimes, but outside of usual stuff, in other news, in Tencent, for example, they're releasing a new character. They're releasing Christmas Sakura. Christmas Sakura is actually pretty intriguing. From what I understand, she is a super armor breaker. And from the little gifts that they showed, that she looks pretty nice.
We can go over the skills for them because it's a bit easier. So Sakura Christmas, her mystery is called Christmas Tree. Surprise, surprise. And it's a prompt. It summons a Christmas tree. If a Christmas tree is already present, it causes damage to 4 units. It causes high float and removes super armor until the end of round. It has a 1 battlefield entrance cooldown, a 2 turn cooldown afterwards, and a chakra consumption of 40. The standard attack is Cherry Blossom Clash once again, which is attack the front enemy with a fixed chance of high float and guaranteed crit. Number 1 passive is Christmas Tree Swing, which is if a Christmas tree is on the field, replaces Sakura's standard attack with attacks the front enemy, causing 5 combo, high float, and removal of super armor until the end of round. Passive number 2 is Christmas Gifts, chases and attacks a repulsed enemy and causes knockdown, chaos, and 10 combo. It also reduces mystery cooldown by 1. And the third passive is Christmas Dance. At the beginning of a battle, summon a Christmas tree to the field. Furthermore, decrease the defense and resistance of 4 male enemy units. It lasts for 5 rounds.
Credits to Oppa for providing the translation for Sakura Christmas. We have a link in the description for her skills and her picture, so you guys can see what it is in the description. And credits, of course, to Oppa for providing.
Exactly.
Basically, my opinion is I think she might be a free event ninja for Christmas. It would make sense. She doesn't seem extremely good. She's really niche, and it's based everything around her Christmas tree on the field, which is a clone or a pet, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. But she seems like a decently fun ninja because you can throw around a Christmas tree at people, which is that always should be
fun.
And
hey, if Sakura is your favorite character, oh boy, you're definitely gonna like her.
Yeah, she's a bit sexy in that Christmas outfit, just a little bit, a bit more too flat for me, but a little bit.
A man with taste. Man with taste.
Other than that, we can move on to, well, it's not actually an event per se, but starting this week, we finally got cross-server war active on this little version of ours.
The English version.
The English version.
Cross Ninja War, Great Ninja War has been enabled into our version with 4.0. Unfortunately, we had some complications with the beginning of Cross Great Ninja War, so it was delayed a full week with confusions and stuff. And on top of that, the ruling was extremely
changed compared.
null.
Yeah, it was changed compared to other versions and our own as well, from what we were told from the beginning. So at the point it is now, it's just 8 groups per cluster that can actually participate. On top of that, to actually even qualify, you would need it depends on how big your cluster is, obviously, but if you're gonna participate, you're gonna need to win your own war first locally, and then on top of that, you have the overall power of your group deciding if you actually get to participate in the cross server as well, which means that groups like my own, who clears out inactives or alts and stuff like that, gets boned by this rule.
Or groups like myself, where we get top 13 and we have to chill back to the local Great Ninja War where we can get our free legendary packs.
Right. And worth to note is with this we actually get spectate mode, because we can actually view we can actually view the battles that happens in Cross War from now on. Not in our regular wars, obviously, but in Cross Wars we can actually view the battles afterwards.
It's a great event. A lot of confusion on the ruling, but hopefully you guys, I mean, it's pretty simple to understand now. It's top 8 overall BP. If you're within the top 8 and you're one of the stronger guilds, you'll be able to participate in your cluster.
Groups.
In your cluster.
Groups.
Group cluster.
Right. So
obviously, when I say you, I meant their group. We're talking about Great Ninja War. Hello, Akroma? Hello?
No. You said guild. It's group.
Guild, group, clan. Hello?
If you're gonna pick on my things, I'm gonna pick on your things.
But my things are literally the same meaning. Your thing, you're just mispronouncing things.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Anyways,
I watch anime stuff, okay, and I still can't pronounce shit right.
Right? No,
that's you.
Yeah, that's me. So that's what we got this week, event-wise. Nothing super big, like we said, but the war is here, and that's always fun for the people that can actually participate. It's a little bit fun for the people that can spectate as well, but obviously not as fun if, like me, you clear out inactives and stuff like that.
So hey, Chroma, do you like 4.0 so far?
So far, it's about what I expected. The most thing I'm hyped about still is both the war and then obviously other 4.0 goodies that I know is coming, and that I'm actually really looking forward to. 2 of the permanent events, for example, the one I refer to as the Danger Zone that I love, but that's not actually its real name, as well as the local Shinobi War, as 2 of the events I'm really looking forward to, that I know is part of 4.0, as well as Sun and Moon Shop, Great Ninja War Treasure.
Those are future things, but people need to understand that China doesn't have a specifically like version per version.
No, exactly.
So China gets updates and they update the game like in the periodically, like, you know, state of the game. They don't have major updates where they go, it's 4.0, 5.0. So for us, get the assumptions out your head. 4.0 didn't provide everything you think it was going to be. Oh, we're going to be China tomorrow. It's not that.
No.
We're still going to have a lot of progress to go. And who knows? We might have 5.0. We might have 6.0. We might have 7.0. Things like that for our version might be a little bit different with major updates.
Exactly. But in general, like, I know the schedule that China had, and as long as we're following the same schedule, there's a decent chunk of updates that is around the same time as Cross War and stuff like that. And
that's right.
And that's what I'm looking forward to most. Currently, the only thing that's really interesting for me would be Cross War event ninjas that have been coming lately, and I'm personally a very big fan of daily practice and the benefit hall updates, as you know.
Oh, I like a lot of the updates. My favorite update came through Ninja Balance. You know what I mean? My favorite character, Hokage Minato, getting the buff that he deserves, okay? He is now officially in the greatest tier list of all time, a god. And I hope you agree with that.
Yeah,
I hope you agree with
Minato
that.
I can agree with, because he got so ridiculously buffed that it's just messed up. And the thing
He's
is,
gonna he's gonna get buffed again.
yeah, I know. And the thing is, on our version, I think it's a really stupid move. Because on China, I can understand it. Because in China, he's rare. Okay, he's a really
No,
rare
he's
ninja.
not just rare. This
Yeah.
dude is like a mythical beast. Okay, you need to spend guap to get him. You needed to spend about a couple $1,000 just to have the opportunity to get him.
As
'Cause
an
he's gonna be
example, you can
underwhelmed.
actually look back on my videos like 8 months ago when I started on a CN server, and I see like the initial server event, like the top up event for a new server, gave you Hokage Minato, right? And people used over 300,000 ingots to get him. Like, that was normal. And that was on a late server, so you can imagine how early servers were.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hokage Minato is a competition, but I mean, you need to understand as well that China does offer a lot early on to get people to spend. It's so when people say, "Oh, free to play China," no. It's competition
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah.
You can get day one Angel Conan, day one Edo Hiruzen, day one a bunch of things just so you could spike up and have something to spend on, so you can get that Hokage Tsunade because they give it out as a top up. They give you obviously Hokage Minato, Hokage Hiruzen, like it's a bunch of things that China provides. But yeah, Hokage Minato is the draw. He's the real thing. They buffed the crap out of him in China, and it didn't take long for us to get only half of his buffs. And then after that, we got the rest of his buffs, and now he's pretty much one of the greatest ninjas to add in Great Ninja War in your rank, because he's gonna provide so much.
If you have initiative, worth to know. Like, he's a really great ninja either way, but
I disagree. I disagree on the initiative comment because he's not really a initiative ninja like Jonin is. But
well, you know, like, if you have initiative on him, you get out so much more by his AoE interrupts. Like,
Of
you
course.
can't deny me on that fact. But he's still a great ninja, even if you don't have initiative, because he has that dodge for the first hit anyways.
and he also has a more tankier front because of his
Yeah.
buff.
Exactly. So, because of that, but I still think he's, you know, you get out the most of him if you have initiative, like with most of the ninjas there is, actually. But, yeah.
Right. It's really hard to argue when people say Jonin is better, because it's not hard. What's hard to argue for Jonin, for Hokage, it's not. It's because while the game keeps we're getting higher BP, higher stats, higher everything, it's only gonna benefit Hokage more and more, because he has a way to provide his team with insurance. Percent buffs are huge, and
Exactly.
permanent percent buffs are even bigger.
Yeah.
So for a scaling carry like Hokage Minato, providing with a support skill, obviously without a chase, but chases aren't that important when you have a almost guaranteed 10 hit on your standard and an AoE Rasengan that crits pretty hard. Oh, and
Right.
the kunai throw, that's fucking
Yeah,
sick.
the kunai throw is just ridiculous.
That is a
It's like
mystery.
100. It's like 1.4 scaling on his attack or something. It's just like, yeah. Either way, to drop Hokage Minato, we got the daily practice. It speeds up things a lot for people that don't have a lot of time, because you can just click everything now in a different way, and like we got the full auto nine tails. That helps a lot if you're a busy person. You got the extra coupons, like group summon being upgraded to give you 80 coupons per time, like 160 a week. Not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And you know, like, it's a lot of bits and pieces that just makes life easier for you. Like, it's really a quality of life update, the initial 4.0. Like, just bits and pieces to make your life easier and the game more manageable if you don't have time, honestly.
Absolutely. All right.
So yeah, that's about that part.
So how's the first episode so far, man? You doing good?
I'm
You
doing
holding
good.
up?
I'm holding up, you know, like, nothing big.
Well, we covered most of this stuff. So honestly, hey, if anybody, any YouTuber, any popular player, any higher BP people want to be in here and give your own input while talking to the staff members, you feel free to contact us, and we can see if we can squeeze you guys into the next episode or a future episode in general, and we can ask questions back and forth and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
We're gonna be trying to do this once every week to cover the new events and give a little bit of space between episodes. And
normally
hopefully,
we were gonna try and do it every Friday and Saturday. That's still kind of the plan. But this week we were a bit delayed because I had some issues when I was installing my new fiber and stuff like that. So it ended up being now.
All right, no
instead.
one wants to hear your life story, Chroma. Anyway,
Yeah, I know, right? But we got a bit delayed.
everybody have a good one. Signing off here, the Modcast.
Take it easy, and I hope to hear from you again or that you enjoyed. Just leave a comment.
Stay go.
Yeah. Peace
Stay
out.
legendary.
Stay legendary. One love.